Well, that's right, Stephen. There's no question about that. But the governor's office says tonight, even though there's not much time, there is still room for negotiation on this proposed consent agreement. But the way it stands right now, there's not much the mayor and city council can do that can't be undone. Disingenuous. That's what Mayor Bing called the governor 3 times in his statement of opposition to the proposed consent agreement. The mayor says he is tremendously disappointed, and it's clear tonight he's not alone.
What we expected from the governor was him to come in with a plan to help revitalize Detroit and help Detroit get itself out of its fiscal crisis. Instead, what we have is people nullifying folks' votes and dismissing what folks want as their elected bodies to lead them.
State Representative Maureen Stapleton says she thinks the 9-member financial board is no different than an emergency manager.
Every power given to an emergency manager in PA4 is now given to a group of people.
But Governor Snyder, through his spokesperson, Geraldine Lasher, says a consent agreement is different than an emergency manager.
The city council really would remain with its powers. The mayor would still be very focused on strategy and policy. I mean, there are significant amount of work that still would be carried out as normal.
At the same time, though, Lasher says Governor Snyder feels something has to be done now because time is running out.
We now have to actually implement, and we have to act. Well, there's no more time for planning. We are in a very tight window.
And as for Mayor Bing calling the governor disingenuous,
it is disappointing to see, but we're not going to let that deter us. We're going to continue to, really extend that hand to the mayor.
And then, in a very paternalistic way, say to folks, if you disagree, then we can go immediately to an emergency manager or bankruptcy.
And Geraldine Lasher says they still have till the end of the month, but she says if there is no agreement on the consent agreement, an emergency manager is the next step in the process. In downtown Detroit, I'm Cheryl Choden, 7 Action News.
All right, Cheryl.